can't believe that I used to spend all the beautiful evenings in a house, four walls, like so many typical American women. It's unbelievable that anybody spends their life doing all the things that they really hate doing when just around the corner is the things that they really love to do.
This pint-sized woman is deeply involved in the continuing struggle for equality. She is a veteran of the kind of things that most women were once expected to do. She has known the heat of the kitchen, the routine of the legal secretary's stenopad and typewriter. But that was years ago, and her role in the present man-woman battle is hardly the normal one. Quite the contrary. In her field, more than 11,000 men strive mightily to gain parity with her. Her name is Bea Farber, and she is a harness racing driver. Easily the best woman driver in the world. Perhaps the best driver in the world, period. Farber lives in Fowlerville, Michigan.
I travel a great deal.
And in Hawkinsville, Georgia.
Interim.
And in Pompano Beach, Florida.
Here I'm going.
And in New York City, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, Lexington, Kentucky, Italy, Australia,
Chicago,
and New Zealand.
Racing has taken us all over the world, but more than just the places where we've...
Her home is often a motel room.
It's taken us to...
Her constant companions are her suitcase and her racing silks.
In San Francisco, we went...
She goes wherever the racing action is, wherever there is racing gold to be mined.
Sometimes I feel that I might as well set up permanent headquarters in the airport.
But most of her success has come here, in the Detroit area, at both Hazel Park Harness Raceway or nearby Wolverine Raceway. She is the perennial driving champion at both tracks, easily outdistancing her rivals, the vast majority of them of the male sex. She not only wins more races than her male counterparts, but sports a better batting average, too. And barely a one of those track foes is without an opinion of Ms. Farber.
I'd have to say Bea Farber's for real. She's just as good as any of us men drivers there is.
Oh, I'm just kind of puzzled by her success. That's about all I can say.
Well, you can't knock success, can you?
I think she's tough competition.
I'd say she's a good driver, but gets the publicity because she's a woman.
Well, she does pretty well.
I love her.
Oh, she's a good driver. Right now, she's having her good years, and we all have them, and we have her bad years. She's awful lucky right now.
Sour grapes, grudging respect, or frank admiration aside, Farber has proven that she is not a two-track wonder. She has won a flock of races in California, Florida, and other states where her travels have taken her. She has won international women's driving tournaments in this country and in Italy. And when the harness racing sport named the American representative to the 1979 World Driving Championships in New Zealand and Australia, it was Bea Farber wearing the red, white, and blue racing silks of the U.S. The first woman ever to represent any nation in what had always been an all-male worldwide competition. With her success has come fame. Farber's pixie-like countenance has graced the pages of some of the most important magazines in the country. And vast audiences have also seen her on ABC Television's 2020 show, as well as a spate of local shows. She is a bona fide celebrity, capable of drawing a $3,000 fee from racetracks to simply appear on their racing programs. Generally, she is matched against the track's leading driver in several races. Generally, the rival driver is a man. Generally, she beats him. If a great man normally has a great woman behind him, the reverse can also be true. There is a great man behind Bea Farber. It is her husband, Charlie.
Look for a man about 5'10" with curly red hair.
Charlie Farber's craggy face and farmer red complexion hide an innate shrewdness, a genuine talent for breeding
Kind of cute.
and developing successful harness horses. And there was a day when Charlie drove most of them, too.
I used to criticize his driving, and so one day he said, if you think you can do it better, show me.
And she did, and she's been driving our horses ever since.
These days, Charlie Farber is content to leave the bulk of the training as well to his talented, industrious spouse.
Chuck is so busy running 3 farms that he really doesn't have time to...
Charlie is still the
training
stable's
the
blacksmith, charged with the crucial job of fitting the proper shoes to every trotter and pacer.
Chuck keeps everything running. He keeps the wheels going. He keeps the tractors moving.
And Charlie remains the architect and chief carpenter at the couple's 3 farms in Michigan, Georgia, and Florida.
Orders all the equipment, all the feed, everything that has to do...
While Charlie pounds more nails into the Farber's growing empire, Bea is on the training track, putting the family's horses through their paces, legging them up for the races. The Farbers are a harness racing team, but an unorthodox one. The difference between the Farbers and the rest of the sport's husband-wife combinations does not end with the female half doing the driving, getting the glory. The Farbers, in fact, are like an island of nonconformity in a sea of tradition.
This farm is no little Lexington, Kentucky. This is a very hard-working farm. There is no frills. Everything is set up for efficiency.
They buy no expensive colts like many members of the harness racing sport do. They prefer to breed their own horses, mating their own stallions to their own broodmares. Whereas the average yearling sells for some $30,000 at the major auctions, the Farbers spend little or nothing on the youngsters that become their racehorses. And they treat and train their horses differently. No frills, no ultra-expensive harnesses and halters, no constant brushing and grooming, no fancy food, no showy training facilities.
The horses are not all shiny and groomed. In fact, they're quite dirty from just having a very fun roll in the dirt. But I think if you look at them, they're very, very happy.
The Farber farms are models of simplicity, of efficiency. You will find no siding on the Farber barns, for instance, because outer walls are unnecessary in Michigan in the summer and Florida in the winter. The Farbers prefer sunlight and air for their horses, and so, apparently, do the horses.
Well, you know what the reason is. It's because we're treating them the way nature intended to treat them. We're giving them all the love that they can have and the best of food. There's nothing more that you can give a horse. All the rest is nonsense.
The Farbers have the feeding of some 60 horses down to a science, keeping their staff to an absolute minimum. They rely on modern innovations, like the treadmill, to get and keep their horses in shape. The tedious task of jogging horses slowly round and round a farm track has been eliminated. The track is used only for fast workout miles. They teach their horses independence. They teach them to fend for themselves. In short, the Farbers train their trotters and pacers to a different beat. Her love for her horses is obvious, both at the racetrack and on the farm. It was her all-powerful attraction to horses, in fact, that lured her out of the law office where she worked and into harness racing at age 30. Before her plunge into racing, there were a few women drivers sprinkled around the nation, most of them dabbling in the sport as amateurs, most of of them wives of professional horsemen competing in an occasional race at the county fairs. It remained for Farber to be the vanguard, to be the leader as females began to invade the sport on a professional basis, to challenge the men in races carrying healthy purses. At first, there was blatant discrimination on the part of some of her male rivals, a combination of rough language and rough driving tactics, all of it designed to put her in her place.
I get an awful lot of comments. I think their best one is, "Hey, sweetie, how come you're not home doing the dishes?" And I say to them, "Because, darling, I can't make $500,000 a year doing dishes."
With Bea doing the driving, with their innovative training methods, and with the love of horses as their hallmark, the Farbers did well, extremely well. So well, in fact, that even today, the reason for their success is questioned.
The Farbers, they feed those horses some kind of secret juice or something.
But Bea and Charlie shrug off the knocks, ignore the innuendo. They've heard it all before.
There you go.
They simply continue to pick up the purse checks they've won. There is another obvious ingredient in the Farber success story: hard work, and lots of it. During the racing season, which stretches nearly year-round now, their days begin early in the morning and end late at night, long after the evening races are over.
Chuck never stops.
Oh, we start about 8:30 with the entries and the paperwork and the phone calls and laying out of the particular training schedule for the day.
And the Farbers, firmly convinced that horses race better when they are housed at the farm, truck their trotters and pacers back and forth to the races. A round trip of 100 miles every time a Farber horse goes to post.
I race between 5 and 6 nights a week, anywhere from 1 horse to 8 horses in a night, which will give me somewhere between 350 to 400 races a year and possibly more.
A grueling schedule, hardly the life for the faint of heart. Yet when all is said and done, when all the results are in, it is doubtful that any of it, the training innovations, the love, the labor, would count for much, but for the immense heaven-help driving talent of Bea Farber. She's a woman first, and an attractive one. She does not possess the physical strength of most male drivers, but she's a giant in the areas that count even more. Her hands are sensitive to the feelings of a horse. Her head is clear and cool, and her heart would do well inside the body of a lion. Those qualities have carried her to a lofty perch, only a rung away from the very summit of harness racing. In 1978, she trailed only 1 male in the North American Driver Rating System Derby. In 1979, she won 120 races, 1 of every 3 she competed in. And the horses she drove in 1979 earned more than $500,000, placing her high on the list in the national money-winning Derby. It seems only a matter of time before she wins one of harness racing's most important championships. It could come this year. It might arrive next year. But whether or not a driving title ever descends upon her, it is a foregone conclusion that male drivers across the world will continue to feel the sting of a very determined Bea.
I love racing. I love the thrill of it. I love the strategy.